Hi everyone, it's Dr. Lee, and I am coming to you with this month's coaching video session on going from likes to leads. If you know me, if you've been to any of my live workshops or seen some of my other videos, you know I am a big believer in getting away from popularity for the sake of popularity and having business leads, deals, results from social media. So many of the classes I do, always give them like a subtitle of From Likes to Leads. Today, we're going to talk about From Likes to Leads with the Instagram edition of this. This is the topic that so many of you have requested because Instagram truly is my favorite network. Many of the agents who I work with who only use Instagram in their business. Now, I work with a lot of agents who aren't on Instagram, but those that only use Instagram, they are hitting 10 million, 15 million and more in sales volume annually. They've been doing it now, many of them for the past 3, 4, 5 years that we've been working together. And I'm so proud of them. So I absolutely want to talk about Instagram. One thing that I'm working on with those agents, though, is diversification. We all know, you've probably heard, it's not wise to put all your eggs in one basket. Oftentimes, when people say that, they're referring to stocks and trading and money management, but it relates to marketing as well. Why? Because we know right now, social media is a fickle beast. Facebook has had a lot of issues in 2018, from getting sued by HUD, that was huge, to having to go before Senate, all types of things. Why do I bring up Facebook in our Instagram class? Well, if you didn't know, Facebook bought Instagram, I think back in 2013. So it's been a while. They have not destroyed Instagram like we thought. A lot of us that adored Instagram 5, 6 years ago. And when I say adore, again, for those of you that don't know me, you may not realize when I say adore, I am not talking about from just a, I'm on social media, ha ha ha. No, I'm talking about from a business growth adoration. So I adore Instagram, and I've adored Instagram for years now from a business growth standpoint. So anyway, those of us that loved Instagram before it was bought out by Facebook, we got really scared. We really did, because we didn't know if Facebook was just going to make Instagram a mini me of itself. It has done some things that many of us have kind of bucked against, but overall, Instagram is still the place to be right now. And that is critical, not from a popularity standpoint. Again, I want to shift our thinking. I don't care about the popularity piece, but I do care about your business growth. And business growth does hinge on getting in front of the right eyeballs, getting in front of the people who can best be served by our business. I believe for many of us, Instagram is becoming that place. I was actually just talking to an agent. He is out in Wisconsin. He is very alarmed. As I mentioned, Facebook went through the fire in 2018, and that platform has changed drastically for those of us that were very dependent upon targeting. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it, because it has changed. But for those of you that were using Facebook to target, if you watch some of my older videos, you see I talk about a lot, because I love targeting. Targeting was a great way to get in front of people you don't know. And again, I was talking to this gentleman out in Wisconsin. He needs help because that's how he's grown his business. He's done very well in a very small market, in a place where he wasn't born and raised. So he is not the go-to real, or wasn't the go-to realtor, but he became the go-to realtor because of targeting on Facebook. Well, again, HUD sued Facebook. They had to remove a lot of things because it was in violation of fair housing, and that's rightfully so. Not that we were necessarily using them. Some things we were, probably. Some things we probably weren't using. But I do agree with clearing out the things that put us at risk of breaking the law. I'm with that. But in doing that, that meant the inroad that many of us had, again, among communities, among subdivisions, among networks and neighborhoods that we didn't know anyone in. We lost that inroad now that the targeting is changing. It's not the end of the world. How do I know this? I was someone that in the early days of MySpace, I used it to grow the business that I was a part of at the time. Now, I've had teenagers say to me, Dr. Lee, don't make up words. MySpace is not a real thing. That's how far we've come from the days where MySpace was the best thing since sliced bread. MySpace was so popular at one point, it eclipsed all of the other things that we're using now, but it faded. Facebook came on the scene, it replaced it. That's okay. Something is probably going to replace Facebook. I'm not sure that Instagram is going to be the thing. It could be something else altogether. And what I mean by replacing it is the fact that a quarter of the world, there's over 2.2 billion people still on Facebook, despite all of the issues they had in 2018. That's a quarter of the world, because there's only about 8 billion people in the world. So a quarter of the world stands behind Facebook, whether they love it or not, whether it's grudgingly or not, they're using it, they're on it. So this has been a pivotal way for us to grow our business. But with life, there's ebbs and flows, there's changes, there's seasons, things grow, things die out. It's okay. I am not really concerned that we can't market our business. We can and we will. Now, let's get into Instagram. I think for at least now, the interim, Instagram is the place to be. Again, I don't know if there's going to be something else that eclipses Instagram. I've heard people say this to me in the classes that I've done in the past few weeks. When I speak about Instagram, some people are very hesitant because they know it's owned by Facebook and they feel like, well, the same concerns I have on Facebook, whether it's regarding privacy, whether it's regarding fair housing, whatever it may be, they feel like it automatically translates to Instagram. Not necessarily. So let's talk about some things in this month's class regarding Instagram and, more importantly, generating business from it.